Hello, Riverside Unified Parents. This is the Department of Innovation and Learner Engagement, and we wanted to provide all the parents and families with a guide to Google Meet to help you through this distance learning journey. On the website for the parents, we included a video meeting etiquette for students. I just want to go over that really quick before we begin, and I'll show you how the Google Meet works. One of the things we wanted the kids to know is to treat it as if it was a face-to-face class. So if you're expected to be on time, please be on time. Please be prepared and make sure that your device is charged and that any external options that you're using, such as a microphone or headphone, are ready to go, and so that you can go ahead and connect just before the meeting starts and make sure that everything's working. Make sure that you're being professional during the meeting by muting your microphone or turning off your camera when necessary, and that you're only really talking if the teacher is asking you to participate and that you're not disrupting the teacher's lesson or having sidebar conversations with your classmates. Make sure you're dressed appropriately so that you don't have anything embarrassing on or that there isn't anything in the background that might be embarrassing to you. So a good rule of thumb would be, just imagine if somebody took a screenshot of the call and shared it out on social media. Is there anything that you wouldn't want someone to see? And most of all, please be a good digital citizen. Follow the rules that you've learned in school and just make sure that you're doing your best to be proactive about your learning choices. One of the new features in Google Classroom now is this icon right here. So when your child is in their Google Classroom for their teacher, you'll be able to see under classwork the link that'll take them straight into a Google Meet. So if a teacher has assigned a meeting for them to join, they would be able to click on this icon and it'll take them directly to the lobby. And so here they are in the lobby, and there's a couple of things you can pay attention to here to help you in your journey. So right here, it'll tell you that there is nobody else present. So that means that you're the first person on. In this case, I'm the teacher, so it is not going to have anybody else on because nobody else is invited. But in the event that they are clicking to go on, they want to make sure that the teacher is present before they join. Once they're ready to join, they can do a couple of things first. Good rules of thumb would be to come over here and mute yourself so that way when you're joining, in case there's any background noise going on at home, that's not coming into the classroom. And another thing would be, let's say for example, that they wanted to have privacy and they didn't necessarily want to show everybody their background. It's totally okay to take the camera off and then join. So this is the meeting once we're inside. As you can see, I'm the only participant right now. This number up here will show you how many people are on with you. When you're here, you can still go in and turn your camera on or back off. And this is how you would mute your microphone and turn it back on. Other options, for example, let's say that you had a child who was hard of hearing and they needed the closed captions turned on. So they could be turned on and your child could read along and make sure that they were not missing out on any of the information. Another feature would be this grid extension. There was another separate video on how to add the grid extension, and what that'll do is it'll allow you to see multiple users at once. And lastly, I'd like to show you what the chat box looks like. So sometimes in a meeting, the teacher might pose a question to the class and expect a response. In the event of that happening, the students would come into the chat and they would type their response here and submit it. All of the responses will be present and showing to everyone participating in the meet. So you want to make sure that those are appropriate and that you're on topic. Okay. We hope that this helped you. Thank you so much for your continued patience and working with your children on this distance learning journey.